What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Fishing Friends with Danny and Gina. I'm Danny.
I'm Gina. I can't figure out where I want to be on my frame.
And I got Tundra here. She's just licking away.
Wahoo!
What's up, Ground Fog and Aquatic Moose? Good to see you guys. Scotty the Fish Freak is also here. Fishing Things with Lando. Good to see you.
Hi. I'm tired. I just woke up from a nap. I just told Danny that I got up backstage and I was like, I didn't just wake up from a 3-hour nap.
Yeah. Well, that was a long day at work.
That was a long day.
Yeah. Lots of people. And, man, people just... They hear about some weather coming, that we're going to get some snow, and then they just freak out.
Yeah.
And just want to buy everything. Like, I ran to the grocery store after work to get a couple things, like another loaf of bread and some coffee creamer, because, like, I actually needed that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I mean, luckily there's plenty of coffee creamer, but I'm like, well, it's like, well, you know, I could use some more ramen and stuff. So let me go ahead and grab a couple other things while I'm here. And it's like all the ramen's gone. Like, all the canned goods and stuff are pretty much, like, gone and stuff. And it's just like,
yep,
it's just going to snow for, like, 2-3 days or something like that. Like, you mean to tell me you don't have food at the house to get you through a couple days?
Right.
Like, I just didn't have enough coffee creamer for tomorrow. That's the only reason I actually went to the grocery store, was to get coffee creamer. But it's like, well, while I'm here, let me go ahead and get a couple other things that I could use, like some more bread and some ham, because I was craving a sandwich. So that's what I did. But it's just like, it's so ridiculous the way people do that. Like, they just freak out because they hear about a little bit of bad weather. And it's like, most of that stuff, you know, they buy all this stuff. So it's like, if the weather gets so bad and you lose power and all that anyway, like, you don't have a way to cook your food anyway. So.
Yep. So, Scotty's starting off with a fish question. Scotty, Gina, I think my 55 is ready. I've had some algae, snails, and crabs are still alive. What should I get? Ooh.
Does that mean saltwater?
Yes.
That's what I was guessing.
Scotty, do you have a lid on your tank? Because that's gonna impact what I recommend. Because some things, a lot of saltwater fish are known for jumping, but yeah, that's gonna impact my answer. Yes, cool. Get some goby firefish or purple firefish.
Yeah. I love the firefish gobies. I was hoping I was gonna suggest that, but you were already on it.
Yep, firefish, because they're the most community, like, they are so docile. You want to get a decent, so get an even number of them. Especially in a 55, so 2 or 4 or 6.
An even number, huh? I always like to make my schools in odd numbers.
They usually end up pairing off, and then that pair will chase everybody off. Yeah, so you want them in 2s.
Gotcha.
Yeah, goby and blenny time. Yep, pretty much. Yep. Gobies, blennies.
You get a couple sand sifter gobies.
I don't know if that's appropriate for the first round, because the sand's not dirty enough.
Yeah, okay.
Probably the second or third round of fish would be the sand sifters. If you want a pistol shrimp goby pair, now's a perfect time to add them.
And then I always like Royal Grandmas are always nice.
Yep, Royal Grandmas.
Because you can't get purple fish like this in freshwater. Nope. But oh my goodness, look at that.
Chalk basslet are another really good one. But you can only, I don't know if you can, I don't remember if you can mix Royal Grandma basslets and chalk basslets, but chalk basslets are schooling. You can actually get a decent group of those.
Yeah.
Um,
There's also the Royal Dotty back, which is a little bit different.
you want
But
one,
I like the Royal Grandma because it looks more like a tiny cichlid.
yes. And oh, if you like cardinals, so Bangais or pajama cardinals, or do a little mini school of both. Now's the time to add like your docile schooling fish.
The pajama cardinals are really
Yeah.
cute with their little pajamas.
Yeah, I call them frankenfish. It looks like somebody took two different fish and like
Right.
bound them together.
Yeah. Like the front is almost like a black skirt tetra, and then the
Uh-huh.
back is like something else. Yeah. Yep.
What was the blenny with the feather on its head?
That's the fire or the blenny with the
I suppose it's on your screen because I'm on live Aquaria on my screen and I'm not sharing. It is very exciting. Ian, weigh in. Scotty's gonna do his first round of fish in his 55. He already has hermit crabs and snails, and they've been
a
doing good. And he's
blenny.
got some algae.
We weren't looking at a blenny, we were looking at a goby.
Yeah, the firefish goby.
The firefish goby.
That was my first thought because a lot of people call that antenna on the head a feather.
That was the very first one we looked at. Was
Yeah.
a firefish goby. There's also the purple one.
Possum wrasse would be cool too. I would say maybe second round because they're eating like the copepods and stuff. Oh, there you go. Start adding copepods now. And you're saying since you have algae growing,
Yep.
get a bottle of pods, seed your tank with pods, and then yeah, maybe wait for the possum wrasse and other things that nip at the rock until the second round.
What about
First round?
damsels?
No, I that would be your last edition.
Okay.
Because they can be semi-aggressive. They'll attack anybody else new who you add in the tank. Not to say that they can't go with all the other fish. It's just there's a strategy to it.
Right.
So yes, you want all your docile schooling fish first. No damsels. Yeah, even no damsels if you don't. Yeah, no damsels. Tail splat blenny is a good one too. Yep. Your comb tooth blennies. Yep.
I'm just gonna start clicking through some stuff here.
So either a tail spot, a bicolor blenny. They suck to catch and are aggressive. Yeah, so that if you wanted to add them last. Oh, I was gonna say like a Midas blenny would be really cool in a 55. Canary blennies. Are all of these coral friendly? Yes. All of these are coral friendly. Are you wanting to do corals, Scotty? So canary blennies are gonna be more swimming in your water column, whereas Midas blennies will kind of perch and like hang out in like different holes in the rock. They'll sometimes come out and swim around, but canary blennies are most likely going to be hanging out. Yeah, that's how most Midas blennies look. They have a really bright blue eye. Some of them are more yellow than others. But yeah, they're really cool.
Look at that little derp face.
I know, there's like derpy face.
Oh my gosh, those teeth.
Yes.
I'm not sure if the quality is coming through on the stream or not, but you can like see actual teeth on this thing. Holy crap! Can I zoom in? Even let's see. Control plus.
See.
Nope. Let's not do that.
Maybe add like a fairy wrasse the second round. Ooh, lyre tail anthias, second round. Second round for lyre tail anthias. Yeah, I would add all like your scaredy fish first. Yeah.
It's also the bicolor blenny.
Yes, bicolor versus flame. So I prefer bicolors over flame tails. Bicolors that back half is way more yellowish orange, whereas the flame tail blenny, it's a very pale yellow. Like they almost look like a sick bicolor. I just want you to fill up your 55 with nanofish. Just all the nanofish. Oh, yellow clown gobies. That's such a good one. And it's a cheaper one. They're not too expensive. And they're school also. I actually had 4 of them in my 40-gallon before I had my mini crash.
Look at this one.
Yep.
Oh.
Adele, hello, hello. Vinoxky, hello, hello.
Adele! Hi, Adele. Ian, what's up?
I'd be careful with the croucher gobies. Or the war paint goby. They don't move around a whole lot. They more perch and they hide. Or the green clown goby. Oh, if you got like 10 Panamic barnacle blennies, oh my gosh. I'll visit you both. Aw, thanks, Adele. So back up. Round 1 fish. You start to confuse and excite me saying the second round. Yeah. So just like a freshwater tank, you don't want to fully stock your tank all at once. You're going to have an ammonia crash. So you want to add slowly, just like you would a freshwater fish. So yeah, in a 55, I'd add, I don't know, no more than like 10 fish. A pair of cardinals would be cool. I would say in a 55, probably at least
Flame Scooter Blenny.
Yeah,
I love these.
A lot of people call them ruby red dragonettes. I have a red scooter blenny in my tank, and so it's not quite that red. It's not all red. It's kind of patchy. So it's a mix between a ruby red dragonette and just a regular scooter blenny.
Oh my goodness, look at that face!
Yes, I think that's a court jester goby, I think. No, that's different. It looks very similar.
It's got a little smile. Oh my goodness.
Where can I get a proven pair of cardinals?
Pink scooter blenny?
A pair at least, yes. Scotty could breed them. Find your local saltwater club and see if anybody has. So sometimes just hobbyists will have cardinals and they'll just be breeding in their tank. So yeah, talk to people. I think there's a saltwater club up there because they came to the Clash in 23 and they were asking me about it. Tail spot, Blenny. But yeah, barnacle blennies are great. I like the Panamic because they have these bright red eyes. Oh, a harp tail blenny would be cool. That'd be like your canary blenny, which you can have both in the tank together, and especially in a 55.
Ooh, that one's pretty.
Yeah. Should I add a single fish first, then get the cardinals? No. You can add them all at once. But I mean, you can also add just one fish at a time, especially if you're starting with all these community fish. That's why you want to start with them, is because they're not going to go after anybody else who you add into the tank.
Yeah.
Cardinals, I read most people buy like a group of 6, and a pair usually forms over time. Yep. Yeah, and they're mouth brooders. Just like cichlids, how they mouth brood. Exactly the same.
Speaking of, I think we have 2 electric yellow labs that are holding eggs right now at the store.
You've been over and fish way more than me, and I always feel so bad about it.
Hey,
every time there's a fish customer, I've got like my hands in the sink.
It's okay. Like, I am with somebody else. I'm fine with
and I'm just like, dang it!
I love taking care of the fish people. I'm doing everybody's job. It's okay. That's what my job is to
Gosh, as a manager,
do
it
it
really
all.
is. You don't. We are
I
department
I
managers, but gosh,
do it
we're
all.
bouncing all over doing everything.
Mm-hmm. That's a really cool looking kind of mid-water blenny.
Yeah, harp tail blenny. I think it's a harp tail.
Anyway, lots of
Yes,
cool stuff.
blennies and gobies.
I mean, for real, just these are just some ideas. You can just go out to
So
your local saltwater place and see what they have. And,
with the pygmy angel, I'd be careful because even the pygmies are considered reef safe with caution. I with my cherub angel, I have noticed that my Zoa population really went down. Your rock is fine, Danny. Don't worry. Your Zoa rock is still there.
I
But
thought it was destroyed anyway.
no. It was overgrown, and I thought it was mostly overgrown with one type, but no, I think either the
Well,
mini crash made the population die back of this one really overgrowing one, or my pygmy angel's kind of snacking on them, which is
well,
fine.
dang it! I need to get a saltwater tank going then.
Well, you
So
were talking about getting that nano one, which it's a small enough
that
rock.
cube, yeah, I was thinking
Yeah,
about doing that. So I might actually go ahead and
or I could
buy
just make
that.
you an even smaller rock, like because I still
Well,
have a population of all those zoas. I can just make you a new, smaller zoa rock, or just give you the frags individually, and you can just put them
no, I mean, cool.
in
I
your
like the
tank.
rock. I like the rock idea. I'll take the rock, and then I'll
So
get
dotty
like one
backs,
anemone as well, and
yeah,
then buy myself a pair of clownfish.
dotty
And
backs are cool. You can only have one dotty back though, so pick your favorite. They're territorial with their own kind.
yeah, I'm I'm kind of excited. Um, though I'm also nervous about keeping corals. Though in a
Nah.
pinch, can't you just feed corals like fish food?
Yeah, like pellet fish food. Yeah, you could.
Because I've actually done that at the store. There was this one like coral, and or maybe it was an anemone. I don't remember, but it had its like mouth open, and so I took like a pellet and I dropped it like right on top, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
I mean, it's great if I can get some orange skunk clowns. They are great at taking care of their anemone. You'll see them catch the food and run straight to the anemone, and you'll see it go like drop the food right into the anemone's mouth.
really? They'll
Yeah.
feed the anemone.
Uh huh.
Nice.
They're so good at taking care of their anemones.
Yeah.
Nano gobies and shrimp are great for nano tanks. Yes, but he's got a 55, which I mean is like just technically outside of the range. I'd say 40 and under is technically nano in saltwater. 55 is like skirting on that line. Where do you like to buy online? I have bought from Live Aquaria before, which they have a really great arrive alive guarantee. Um I have also bought corals from Corals Anonymous.
Live Aquaria. Ooh, look at that purple tank on sale for $182.
Yeah,
um,
coralsanonymous.com. I know they started branching out into inverts. I don't know if they have fish yet. I'm looking now. Ooh, they have abalones. Abalones. Where's their little menu?
did I still have a feather duster in
Yes,
your?
I think so. I'd have to look again. The algae on my tank is so bad I can't hardly see in it.
Yeah.
I was doing water changes yesterday on I think I was working on the cichlid system. So I think okay, sorry, branching off. I googled it. I think that black stuff is red green algae or blue green algae.
Yeah, it's another type of
Yeah,
cyanobacteria.
because it can be red or black like that.
Yep.
So, yeah. Anyway, so I was working on the cichlid system, and a guy comes over. He's like, "Hey, no rush. I just need some feeder fish." I was like, "Yeah, no problem." He goes, "And then whenever you're done, you can come to my house and do that with my tanks." I'm like, "Dude, I need to do that with my own tanks at home. My own tanks, you can hardly see in them because there's so much algae." Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to bring work home with me. And he started laughing.
Yeah. Yep.
55, I would do a flame angel and various chromis, maybe a dwarf tank. So again, with the angel, I'd be careful because he does want to do corals, and angels are reef safe with caution. A cherub angel would probably be your best bet because flames are a dwarf angel, not a pygmy angel. They are a dwarf angel, but the bigger you get, the more likely they're going to go after coral, especially soft corals. They love zoas.
So with this 14-gallon cube, I'm pretty sure that's what I want to do, because one, with that, all that like built-in filtration, that's great, and then I'll buy the little protein skimmer and all that too, and get that running really good. And then with the amount of coral that you've already gathered up for me, and I bought from you from the auction at one time, and just all this stuff, the amount of coral that you have in your tank that is technically mine, that's enough to actually fill up that little 14
Oh yeah,
gallon cube already.
easy.
So I know I want to get some emerald crabs just to kind of have those to make sure I don't have any like adaptation
Oh,
or anything like that.
well, emerald crabs more go after like bubble algae. So I was gonna say, Scotty, if you're already starting to get some algae on your rock, get some emerald crabs. That's the perfect time to
Yeah.
add those. I would start with
They
like 3, because you don't want to add too many at once. Because if you add too many and they kill, if they decimate the algae population, then they're gonna starve. So I would start with like 3 or 4 in a 55.
See, I want to do some emerald crabs. I want to do some snails, of course. Maybe a couple hermit crabs too.
Oh, a lot of hermit crabs. You'll probably have at least 12. Like, so 6 blue legs, 6 red legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Hermit crabs are like the bloodstream of a tank. Like, you need a solid cleanup crew, especially in a nano tank.
Okay. All right. And then, so yeah, I want to do like one anemone and a pair of clownfish.
Cleaner shrimp are also cool. Yeah, I would add those. Yeah, you can go ahead and add them with your first wave of fish or your second wave. Yeah.
Is there anything else I could put in there?
There are snails that only eat the cyanobacteria, but I can't remember. I read that ram's horns apparently will eat cyano, but the cichlids will eat them. So, especially if we start getting some of those larger ones, like the 3-inch ones, they're gonna decimate them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I have some ram's horns in my 10-gallon here at home.
But yeah, if I go with an anemone and clownfish, is there any other sort of fish that I would want to put in there, or would I just want to kind of stick with the clownfish?
I would just stick with the clownfish because the clownfish, when they grow up, especially the ocellaris, their territory is about the size of a basketball around that anemone, which is about the size of that tank. I mean, you
Yeah.
might be able to do some like Panamic barnacle blennies, like the really nano stuff, maybe like the cleaner goby, the blue line, the neon blue cleaner goby.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not gonna the clownfish are gonna be the main fish that you have.
Well, yeah. I'm just wondering, like, yeah, I can get one of those the neon blue little cleaner gobies, and then I also do like one of the little barnacle blennies.
Yeah, probably 2. I would say like 2 barnacle blennies.
Okay. I would love to have a little barnacle blenny. They're
I
just
know, they're
so
so
cute.
freaking cute. Because they're mostly gonna hang out on the rock. And they're a little sassy too, so I feel like they'd be okay growing
Yeah.
up with the clowns.
I have a piece of barnacle too.
Yeah, they'll find any hole in the rocks.
Yeah, but it'd be cool to have a barnacle bunny actually living in a barnacle shell as
Mandarin,
well. So.
dragonet, clowns. See them as ditherfish. Oh, Mandarin Dragon. So not in Danny's nano tank, not the 14-gallon, but yeah, Scotty, if you want to add like dragonets, that'd be really cool too. I'd maybe do the second round because if you had copepods the first round, they should spawn enough, give them enough time to really start culturing and settle in the rock before you add a dragonet.
A dragonet would get too big for the 14-gallon.
It's just I don't think there's enough space with them and the clownfish. It's not that they get too big. It'd be more of like a one or the other.
Yeah.
I was AFK. I missed that part. Yes. Oh, and target dragonets you can actually keep together. Exclaim.
It's saltwater Daphnia.
Yeah.
They're just little microfauna that live in your filtration system and in your tank, and they eat, the like single cell organisms and stuff that are also living in your water. They'll eat like, your green water algae. They'll eat, other stuff like that. And they're just part of your cleanup crew and just trying to maximize your microfauna in your tank,
Yep. Make sure it's a captive bred dragonet. They are sturdy. Yes, so like ordering straight from Biota, like how Ian did.
We are talking about two different tanks at the same time. Technically, I kind of interjected myself in the middle of it because Scotty, the fish freak, has his 55 that he's working on, but then also like I really, really want to get a saltwater tank set up, and so there's this 14-gallon like all-in-one tank that we haven't worked that I want to buy, and I was kind of thinking about what I could stock that with. So
yeah.
So yeah, a Mandarin Dragonet would be good for the 55, but it would not be good for the 14-gallon that I'm also talking about. Anyway. So.
Oh, okay. So on Corals Anonymous, if I have it half screen, it's not going to show the different departments that they have. I have to go full screen. Okay, I see.
Yep.
Inverts and more fish.
But speaking of buying stuff at work, anyway, I found these little bow tie things.
Yes. Sorry, one more thing.
I'm gonna make a bow tie for my bearded dragon.
So Corals Anonymous does have fish, and they have a lot of those starter fish I was talking about. So the Goby Firefish are actually on sale. They're 60% off right now. And the Flametail Blenny is 60% off right now. Nice. Let's see. Ooh, they have the Elegant. Ooh. So yeah. Yeah, get you a nice school of Goby Firefish, like 6 of them. And a Flametail Blenny. Yeah.
So, if you were going to get one of the anemones that we carry there at Petco for the 14-gallon, which one would you get?
The bubble tip.
The bubble tip?
Yep. Because they're more notorious for splitting, but because of that, they themselves don't get huge. Long tentacles are notorious for just getting larger and then splitting and getting very large. So on a nano, I would say a bubble tip.
Really?
Yep.
You see, I was looking at the one, I think it was it's like the Haitian one or...
So Haitians are also Condylactus. Clowns don't usually host, or at least Ocellaris clowns don't usually host Condylactus. They can if that's their only option, but they don't usually. And the Condylactis has a much stronger sting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You see, I've seen those bubble tip anemones just like spread like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, they will split and they'll spread like wildfire, but they don't get massive. Like I've seen long tentacles essentially get so big they take over they take over like a whole corner of a tank.
Yeah. Well,
Not saying it can't be done.
the bubble tips that we have at work are not happy.
No, and it's because I'm making my way down the fish wall. Like I've gotten like three. I've gotten 3 sections, I think, pretty well taken care of.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I did the glowfish yesterday, and I tested the phosphates. So I shelf pulled the API Reef Master test kit because it's the only one that has a phosphate test in it. I put the 5 mils in the bottle. I did the test 1. I did test bottle number 2, and it instantly turned dark blue. Instantly. It's supposed to sit for 3 minutes for you to get the accurate test level. Off the chart immediately. I was like, okay, that's why.
That's probably what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. So I shelf pulled some of the Fluval, the canister media, the clear AccuClear because it has phosphate absorbing resin in it. So I put that in the sump. So hopefully, I meant to test it today to retest it to see if it went down at all, but I'll test it tomorrow. So that way it has 2 days to kind of sit there and absorb. But oh my, it's just instant dark blue. I was like, oh. So, if you saw me doing, I don't remember if you came in yesterday and you saw how much water I took out, but I definitely did like a 50% water change on that system.
Yeah. So, you were saying Ocellaris clownfish. What's the difference between like what's another type of clownfish or whatever?
Maroon or a Clarkie. So maroons, tomatoes, Clarkies, those. So clowns branch off into 2 families. You have like your Ocellaris family, and I think something else, and then you have like your tomatoes, maroons, and all that stuff. The tomatoes and maroons and stuff are very, very aggressive, and they get larger.
Yeah. So the little bitty maroon guy.
Yeah, you don't want to get him. I know. And Percula, yeah.
Yeah, Percula. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think Perculas are mostly still wild caught, if I'm remembering right. I could be remembering wrong, though.
Okay. Well, then I'll just find a really cool pair of Ocellaris clowns.
Yeah, wait until I get a decent size or decent group of assorted premium Ocellaris, and you'll find some cool ones in there.
I'd say maybe we can find some stormtroopers or something.
Right. That'd be fun.
Or just some black clownfish. Honestly, I just want some some black.
The black clownfish are Ocellaris, so yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. Yeah, the black clownfish would be cool. And honestly, I do really like the bubble tip anemones if they're happy. But yeah, so that's what I noticed is all the Condylactis type anemones would have the longer tentacles. Those seem to be doing okay in their tanks or whatever. Whereas, yeah, those bubbles, they're just like not happy at all. They're not dying, but they're just not happy.
Didn't we just get those bubbles in? I feel like, didn't I order?
We've had one that has just been in there for so long, and so I thought, well, maybe it's just not happy in that tank with that light or whatever. So I moved it into a different tank, and the tank that was full of clownfish, thinking maybe it would be happier with some clownfish, and it didn't do anything. And then we only ordered 2 more, but they sent us 3 more bubble. So we got one for free. So
yes.
And so yeah, we have a total of 4 bubble tip anemones right now in one tank, but not a single one of them is open.
Well, I was gonna say the new ones we just got on Wednesday, they're still adjusting. There is gonna be like a week adjustment period.
Yeah.
Where they're not gonna be happy.
I guess that's true. Okay.
But yeah, I am about to order new lights for the saltwater systems. I just looked them up right before I left to make sure I was gonna order the right one. I have them on my shopping list. Hopefully budget's resetting tomorrow, so I'll be able to shoot that order over.
They did look like they had some really nice colors, though.
Yes.
Even though they weren't open, you could still see a little bit of that greenish glow to them. So it's like, ooh, I do kind of want to. Yeah, the bubble tip anemones are really cool. It's just traditionally, like, I've always seen, like, in the wild and stuff, you see the clownfish in the really long, anemones. But yeah, I mean, if that's what they're happiest in is a bubble tip, then yeah, that's what I'll get them. You know more than I do.
Yee.
I love lawnmower bunnies. Lawnmower bunnies are cute too. Ooh. Oh, hey, what's up, dude? Bearded dragon's coming up.
There we go. I just realized I didn't have Google bookmarked on my bookmark bar. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna think about the bow tie.
So Scotty says, I love lawnmower blennies. Yes, those are really cool. That is a comb tooth. You only want one comb tooth blenny in your tank, even in a 55, because they're territorial with their own kind. So if you want a lawnmower, that's fine. You just can't get a tail spot. Midas would be debatable. But yeah, tail spot is another comb tooth blenny. Any of them with that square face, that square flat face, is a comb tooth blenny. They look like grumpy old men. Or if you really want to get fancy, a starry blenny, but they are known for jumping. Make sure that you have a tight lid.
Yeah. The only reason I haven't already bought that saltwater tank is because I really already have so many fish tanks that I don't even have set up. But I do like that one has like the built-in filtration and all that stuff.
Yep.
And I mean, I could buy a whole bunch of filtration and all that too and just set up another tank. I don't know. I also like the shape of the 14-gallon cube too. Cube tanks are fun.
They are fun. Yep.
And then
I haven't seen that one customer come back who has the low pH, who I sold the live or the saltwater rock to. I haven't seen her come back in yet to know if her pH started going back up.
I don't know who that is to be able to tell you whether or not she's came back or not.
That's the one whose mom we talked about had the the Creole accent.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen her come back yet, no.
Maybe she'll be back. Well, I was going to say tomorrow, but hopefully we don't have any customers tomorrow. Hopefully everybody stays home. But we're all going to have at least 2 to 3 fish customers because y'all can't stay away.
Right. It's like whenever you get stuck in the house, all you want to do is go out and buy stuff. Yep.
Yeah, one of the last worst snowstorms we had, I think we had like somewhere around 8 inches of snow. So very similar to this upcoming snowstorm. I was working at our current store. A guy called up asking what kind of tetras we had. And I'm like, well, there's too many to list. Is there a certain one that you're looking for? He's like, oh, I'll just come up there. I was like, well, good luck. Be careful. Yeah, sure enough, he came up and he bought a dozen black skirt tetras. And I was like, of all the tetras you could have bought, like black skirt tetras, you had to brave the storm, risk your car for black skirt tetras, really?
Yep.
Okay. Like you couldn't have waited one day. Wyoming has already gotten 4 inches.
All right.
Yeah, so that the snow is supposed to be starting at about 10.
Where do I buy Copepods? Do they have different flavors?
Yes, there are different flavor of Copepods.
There's red ones, and then there's like standard ones, and there's extra large ones.
Sorry, MJ's
Copepods.
Yeah, so there's most of the ones I think you buy are a mix. So the ones we get from Quality Marine is a mix of like I think 3 different kinds.
They sell them.
Yeah, most floral stores sell Copepods. Yeah, Scotty, you said that you have a nice. Was it Scotty or was it Ian? Am I mixing y'all up? There we go. I have a nice coral store up the street. Yeah, they should have Copepods.
Yeah, they should have them, or you can order them from algaebarn.com. Yep. They have a whole bunch of different Copepods, all different types. Actually, I'm looking at their website right now. They have this whole thing, but look, they have EcoPods, Galaxy Pods, Tisbee Pods, Tig Pods.
Also, a lot of people sell them in my saltwater club, so check there too. Yes.
Brine shrimp, nano brine shrimp, phytoplankton, all different sorts of stuff. Oh, they got macroalgae. Ooh. I'm going to have to check out Algae Barn.
Yeah, Algae Barn's great. So after you add copepods, you will need phytoplankton to feed the copepods. Add that like once a week. Whatever it says. You don't want to add too much though. So whatever it says, probably do a little bit less. And watch your nitrates, phosphates.
What would you suggest as a good macroalgae for like the inside of the tank that wouldn't necessarily grow too excessively fast, but give me some nice color? Like, would dragon's tongue be good? Or
dragon's tongue grows pretty slowly. I wouldn't start with that. I would start with the red palm grassalia. Let me go to Live Aquaria and look at the macros. Oh my gosh, where are there cephalopods, anemone, inverts? Well, that didn't take me to where I want. Do they not have any right now? Oh, marine plants, duh. There it is.
Check your
yeah, the red gracilaria, shaving brush. I haven't had a mermaid's fan before. I've been trying to order it at our store in years past, and they never send me one. I think that one sucks up calcium pretty decently, just like the Halimeda does. Halimeda.
mermaid's fan's kind of boring to me.
What? I love it.
Well, I mean, it's cool, but it's green and kind of looks like a big chunk of lettuce.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't necessarily want that. That's not what I'm
Yeah.
looking for. But what else did you say?
The
Red
red gracilaria, the shaving brush.
gracilaria. There we go.
Gracilaria. Yeah, sorry.
I was trying to figure out how to spell it, and Google wasn't helping. Red gracilaria. Okay. That one's
Yeah.
cool.
Let me go to
Or
Algae Barn.
pom grease.
Yes.
Oh, there, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Pom gracilaria. That's got some good texture.
Yes. Macroalgae. Yeah, the ulva. It grows very, very quickly and almost like in a sheet. So that's probably one you want to stay away from because you said you don't want anything that grows excessively fast.
Yeah.
And that one, as it breaks off, whatever it lands on, it will continue to grow from there. So it does kind of take over.
But the pom one, yeah.
No, the ulva, the green, clean sea lettuce.
Oh, the sea lettuce. Yeah. That's
red
that's
ogo.
The seaweed.
Red ogo is another good one.
So why would I not want to do dragon's breath? You say that just grows too slow?
I wouldn't start with it. I would start with one of the other ones, make sure that, your parameters are in check, and then add the red, the dragon's tongue later. Blue hypnea is another good one. Yep.
Yeah, I'll say there's blue hypneas.
Nice. Blue hypnea is kind of hard to find right now. At least online from what I've seen.
Yeah. If I was looking, I'm thinking I would go either the red pom or the blue hypnea.
Okay, so I got to get copepods and phytoplankton to feed them. Yes.
That's just
the Asper really angel. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Or maybe both.
So, yeah, the Asper angelfish is a full-size angelfish. That one is going to be way too big for your 55. That one needs to be in, I think, like a 200. Let me double check that. Let me fact check. 150. Yeah, they get a 1 foot 4 inches. But yeah, they're very pretty. Very pretty angel.
Maybe I'll get blue hypnea and red pom.
There you go. That'd be 2 good ones to start with. And then, yeah, like put the blue hypnea in the middle, the pom to one side, leave an open space for your dragon's breath whenever it's ready.
Look at the picture. It's just so nice with the red and the blue. So I'm just like, yeah, I need to get both.
Yeah. Now, the blue hypnea, I think you need a strong light to keep it nice and bright and vibrant. Otherwise, it does turn kind of grayish.
Yeah. But those all-in-one tanks, in my experience, they always seem to have almost too much light still.
Right.
It should be prepared for all the different corals and stuff.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't seem to be doing good down low, I'll just put it up higher on the rocking system or whatever that I put in there.
Yeah, and the blue only looks good in that 65K spectrum. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I bought that little bitty clip-on Imagitarium light that you can use for a betta fish or whatever, for like the little nano aquariums or bowls.
Yeah.
And I put it on my little 4-gallon bowl. Jesus, I got cat hair all on my face.
Womp womp.
Anyway.
Scotty, you should get a jawfish also.
Really good.
Scotty, you should get like 2 or 3 yellowhead jawfish. Oh, they're so freaking cute.
Yellowhead jawfish.
They're so freaking cute.
Oh, those guys. Yeah. I've seen those before.
They are also known for jumping.
Yeah. I definitely don't want to get any jumpers myself either.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder what happens with some of these people sometimes when they, like they leave for a period of time and they come back like right away with a dead fish.
Aren't they a sand dweller? They are. Yes. But they don't sift the sand like the sleeper gobies do. They will make a burrow. And then they'll pop out and grab food whenever you feed the tank. But they're so freaking cute.
Copepods are expensive on Algae Barn.
Yeah, I would check out your local fish store for the copepods, and that way you can make sure that they're alive. Like, oh, Ian said it kind of earlier. He buys his fish locally from a local fish store, and except for biota, and mostly orders his coral. I agree, because that way you can inspect the fish. You know exactly what you're getting when you get it from a local fish store versus online.
Yeah.
A flasher wrasse. Yeah.
Pick out my fish locally too.
Yeah, I was gonna say either like a carpenter's flasher wrasse or maybe some fairy wrasses. Ooh, leopard wrasses would be super cute in his 55. Oh, I forgot about leopard wrasses. All the wrasses. That'll be like round 2 or 3. They tend to they move around a lot more, so they might freak out the scaredy fish that you're adding the first round. So let your scaredy fish settle in, and then add the active fish. They'll be scared at first, but then they'll get used to them.
Good to know.
But yeah, make sure your pods are alive. And yeah, ask your local LFS, because they might have like their favorite brand of copepods and their favorite brand of phytoplankton that they use in store.
I'm trying to think where I want to put this 14-gallon cube at.
In your bedroom?
I already have a tank in my bedroom, which I just brought home a Half Moon King betta to add to my bedroom fish tank.
There you go.
And
can you breed really saltwater shrimp? Not easily. Not easily.
Yeah, I originally had a plan to breed saltwater mollies and like peppermint shrimp in the same tank, thinking that peppermint shrimp would breed just like any like freshwater shrimp or whatever would. You just feed them really good and give them a good home, and then next thing you know, you got 1 million shrimp. But no, not like that at all. Apparently, you gotta actually do a lot of work and like put them in like different breeder tanks and stuff, and then their babies are like super tiny and only eat live baby brine shrimp and other stuff too, and it's just like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, Ian makes a good point. My LFS uses a locally grown copepods and Fido. It's a good price too compared to online. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy that saltwater shrimp don't breed as easily as freshwater shrimp do. It's more along the lines of like trying to breed a mono shrimp.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I might go ahead and put the 14-gallon cube in here. I just would have to. I still need to get this dang 55-gallon to Fishy Biz. That's the dang problem. Is I need to get this 55 to Fishy Biz so that I can move this 55 over here and get that set up again. And then, yep, I want to get Randall out of the corner here and have him facing, properly forward on the wall. And then I can put the 14-gallon cube behind me as well.
So Joshua says we used to cultivate our copepods. Yeah, I think he used to work at a pet store. I don't remember if he owned it or if he worked at it. Any hob refugiums you recommend? I don't. I've never really looked into them seriously. But yeah, Ian says you don't need one yet. Yeah, just adding them into your reef or into your rock work now should be okay. Especially if you get an aquaculture dragonet, where they're not reliant on the copepods for their main food source, you should be fine. He used to manage. Okay, that's what it was. Craig, hello, hello.
What's up, Craig?
All of Craig's TikToks pop up on my For You page, and I giggle every time. Especially when it's his Great Dane. Phantom? Is his Great Dane's name? It's not Shadow. I think it's Phantom. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I'm horrible with all names, including dog names, even though dog names tend to stick better in my mind. Yeah, having a filter and good rock should keep a healthy environment of copepods. Yep. Agreed. And not too many fish that are going to decimate that population.
Lady Diane!
I'm surprised you haven't visited us yet, even though the store is still in rough shape. We're working on it.
Yeah. Yeah, Lady Diane, we're both working at Petco now.
Our
you gotta
Petco.
Come see us.
Our Petco.
We're turning that store around.
I'm slowly working my way down the fish wall. I'm slowly working down it.
And we just lost a shift manager. Yeah. If you wanted a job again.
Yeah. No, she didn't.
No, she didn't. She wouldn't want to work.
It's very frustrating. I think it'd be way too much stress on her.
That, and then she has her good days and her bad days too, where she, her body and stuff.
So. Right. Stress mentally and physically.
Right. I just got a call from Petco last Wednesday, and she called me this morning to give me an update. Somebody left a box of 3 lizards on the counter with a note that said, "Won't you? Can't have them." But it says, "Don't cool. Want, you can have them." Okay.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. See, I've had a lot of calls kind of recently, about a lot of people that wanted to surrender their animals and stuff like that. We've had a lot of people just bring in animals and stuff too. We're sitting on somebody's guinea pig right now, which
he's so cute.
They also brought in hamsters, but we didn't take the hamsters. And then as he's leaving, he was looking at the skinny pig and was interested in buying the skinny pig. And it's just like, you just surrendered a guinea pig. We're not going to sell you another one. Like, you loser. And then
yes,
we've
Petco does
had
sell copepods, but you need to check them.
Yep. And then we've had, people call about wanting to get rid of their bearded dragon, and another person that was moving to Dallas and couldn't take their fish with them and wanted to surrender an entire 5-gallon full setup with the betta fish. And I don't think she ever dropped it off because I didn't see it there today. And she was saying that she was going to drop it off on Thursday or whatever. And so I guess that never happened.
And yeah, that whole setup, I would have offered. I would have told him to go to Malawi. Like try Malawi, even though he doesn't have a lot of space either.
Well, I figured we could just kind of reorganize those frameless tanks and set it over right near on top of those tanks next to the koi tank.
Yeah.
For the time being, just like that's where you had another betta tank set up for a while when you actually had like a little display betta tank.
I did.
So I figured if it was just to plug in a heater and a little filter and a light or whatever, we could plug it in over there real quick for the time being for a few days until somebody took it home. But
don't sit on guinea pigs. they don't appreciate it. No. But no, she's super cute. She's like I love the gray guinea pigs. They're so freaking cute. Like a little salt and pepper one.
Yeah, and it's got white on his face, like a little horsey.
She's so freaking
How
cute.
about hang on the back protein skimmer? Nothing wrong.
Oh yeah, because he has a hang on
protein skimmer.
Yeah, that's not bad. There are a couple different ones that you can get.
They actually
on how you want it set up.
They actually sell. It's too small for your 55, but I saw this. We have it at Petco. It's made by Aqueon. I think it's labeled as Coralscape, but that's just the saltwater version of Aqueon. It's a hang on the back filter with the built-in protein skimmer, and it's got like an aerator control and all that too. So I think that's pretty sweet. It's rated for up to like a 30-gallon tank or something. So
Joshua says they were dwarf agamids, and she followed my instructions, and they are fully eating now. Nice. Skipper, hello. Yes,
Skipper.
And for hob skimmers, I like the tunes. I have heard a lot of good things about the tunes hob skimmers. Yep.
Oh yeah, I've seen these before. Those look good. CJ also makes some decent hang on the back protein skimmers.
Yes. So you probably won't need a skimmer, Scotty, for at least like 3 months.
Either way,
you add fish. Yeah.
Either way, I'm getting one right away. I'm just setting up all the filtration right away.
Yeah, it's not bad to have. It's just you're running it and it's hardly going to do anything the first couple of months. There's just not enough waste for it to. There's not enough protein built up for it to pull out.
Yeah. Did you notice that it's not for fish, Diane?
It's a good-looking tank.
You might not have noticed that it's not full of water. It's got a bearded dragon in there. Tickle, tickle, tickle.
But look at skimmers before a refugium. Yes, agreed. Yeah, you'll be getting a skimmer before a refugium. Refugium you would add if the protein skimmer is not enough, if you're still getting like high phosphates and you want to do like macroalgae, so like Chaeto. You can put Chaeto in it and essentially do like an algae scrubber.
Yeah, agamas are in the same family as bearded dragons.
Oh.
So an agama, yeah, they're in the same family as bearded dragons. They look, in my opinion, I think they look closer to a like a Euromastix.
Oh.
But well, I don't know. They do really look a whole lot like a bearded dragon too. Just they're kind of smoother. Um, but this guy right here is one that I want. It's the I think it might be nicknamed the Spider-Man Agama. I
It's
don't
like
remember what.
a mix between like an anole and like almost like an iguana.
Yeah, it's like an iguana mixed with a bearded dragon,
Yeah.
almost. But this is one that I want for sure. One of these days because it's red and it's got the blue legs. That one's really cool too.
Those are cute. So cute. Everybody agrees.
Yep. Are agama lizards poisonous? Jeez, people ask the dumbest questions sometimes.
I had a breeding group of Spider-Man.
Oh man. Oh, I'm so jealous. I want one so bad. Spider-Man Agama. I've never seen one before, so that would be one of those lizards that I would have to order online. And maybe one of these days, maybe 10 years down the road, and after this bearded dragon's no longer with me, I'll order an Agama instead.
So in like 12 to 15 years.
Yep.
At least it's not like a
cool.
leopard gecko. I've known I had a customer who said his was like 18. I was like, "Oh my god, you
Wow.
have a child."
Yeah. A bearded dragon is pretty cool. He's a lot of fun, but he's kind of developed a little bit of an attitude right now.
Ah, sassy baby.
Yeah, he hasn't bit me. He hasn't even like struck at me or anything, acted like he's really gonna bite me. But I'll kind of put my hand over to him and try to like pet him and stuff, and he'll kind of step back and open his mouth really wide. And so I'll kind of leave him alone. But earlier today, I actually no, it was yesterday. Yesterday, I actually was just like, screw it. You can give me an attitude all you want, but I'm gonna pick you up. And so
Yeah.
sure enough, I went and I picked him up, got him to kind of calm down, and then he was sitting there in my hand and I was holding him, but I was trying to get myself to calm down too, so I'm not sitting there like shaking with adrenaline, and so that we were both good and calm. But I didn't want to sit there and hold him too long and stress him out or anything like that. So it's all about doing it, in little waves and all that, getting him used to being held, understanding that there's nothing to fear from my hand going in there and grabbing him. I'm not going to try to eat him or anything like that, and I'm not going to cause him any harm. And then he'll learn and he won't be so scared of me anymore. It's the same thing with every animal.
Oh, it says few snow showers now. I don't know. It's too dark outside. Is it? Diane, is it snowing right now? We all live in the same area.
It helps
How do
to
you? Sorry.
It helps to have a front opening for handling
Yeah.
as predators attack from above. That is true, and that's why I just set up a 40-gallon because that's what I have, and the next tank that I get for him when he gets bigger will be a front opening enclosure for sure. But yeah, I've been trying to not get him from above since he likes to go up on this rock or this ledge of wood anyway. I try to put my hand down and like go like this and try to like kind of scoop him up that way and show him my hand versus just grabbing him from the top like a bird would or something like that.
Yeah. Lady Diane wants to see Would your cord reach? I see him basking. I see him on top.
Yep.
But Scotty says my RODI is set up. Nice. Did you get him for Christmas? Diane's asking.
Yes, Christmas-ish.
You got him Black Friday sale, didn't you?
You can see him right there. Yep. I got him for a couple different reasons. One, because I always kind of wanted a bearded dragon. Two, he was 50% off. And three, he was like this big, and every other one in the enclosure was like this big. And so he was like eating all the food and starting to be a jerk. And we actually had to remove one of the smaller ones from his enclosure already anyway to make sure that it would get plenty of food. And so since most people that come in and they want to buy a bearded dragon, they want to buy the smallest, cutest little baby bearded dragon, I bought the big one. So
yeah. Lady Diane and Nathan says, no, it's not snowing yet. Nothing's happening. And then Scotty freaking out that Nathan's here. Oh my god, it's Nathan. Back off, Scotty. He's mine. Back off.
But also, my bearded dragon, I kind of showed this earlier, and I think I talked about it on live stream before, where I saw a video of a bearded dragon wearing a little green bow tie. And I've also seen a video or maybe a picture or something where a bearded dragon was wearing a little top hat as well. And so I wanted to get like a bow tie or something from a bearded dragon, and I was thinking, it's like, well, I could probably make one, or maybe I would have to like buy like a bow tie that would be like for a doll or something. But sure enough, at Petco, we had these little hair bows that come on like a little like stretchy like hair tie for like a dog or a cat. But it's like the perfect size to like go around the neck of a young adult bearded dragon. And so I got two. Well, it comes with a set of two. But so sure enough, I got a little bow tie for my bearded dragon when he gets a little bit bigger.
It's gonna be adorable.
I could probably put it on him now, but he's got a little bit of an attitude right now. He's not as used to me as I want him to be yet, to be able to like put something around his head and all that. So yeah, but I want him to wear a little bow tie.
Right as soon as he gets used to you holding him, you're gonna traumatize him with that bow tie.
Yep. But I've seen it before. Yep. Oh, here I got it. There's this picture on Google. Look at this. A little bow tie and hat. Oh, that's just the cutest friggin' thing. Oh my god. So,
GRB, hello.
It's just adorable.
It is adorable.
So
yep, dapper.
I'm gonna do that. And then of course, Halloween. He's gonna get a little pair of wings and
GRB says, did I hear bearded dragon? Yeah. We're talking about Danny's bearded dragon. He just got him a little bow tie that he has to grow into.
Yeah.
Because he's just a baby still. Maybe he'll grow into it just in time for Valentine's Day, which is what that display is for. It's for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, he'll probably will grow into it for Valentine's Day, and that'd be perfect.
So ridiculous. Diane says.
GRB posted a video the other day of his skinks, and I just was listening to GRB just talk, and it's just like, I mean, I just love the Australian accent no matter what.
You just want him to read you a book?
I know. Yes. I just want him to read me anything. I want GRB to be the voice for all of my videos.
There you go.
Like, and also, like, I know Australia doesn't necessarily have Australia as a whole doesn't really have the love for the crocodile hunter that, like, the United States does and all that. But just listening to it, it just, like, reminds me of watching the crocodile hunter when I was a kid and all that. Like, GRB he could say anything. It's just like, look at these lizards. They're beautiful. All right. I'll catch you later. And it's just like, I just love it.
Bedtime stories, yep. A nice action story. Like a nice adventure story. Lord of the Rings. He can read you Lord of the Rings.
Oh
I'm
my
sure you'd
gosh.
be happy.
He would be the best author for Lord of the Rings. And
The
then
Hobbit.
Shelob went up in there.
Read The Hobbit. Any story. He's laughing. He thinks it's hilarious.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh. But yeah. I did order some stuff off the TikTok shop this week. I ordered I've been seeing the air filters. You see the ads for them on TikTok. That's the like you blow out a candle and it instantly senses the smoke. Anyway, yeah, I bought 2 of them because I need air filters anyway for my house. One for the living room and then one for the basement. We're getting a dehumidifier for the basement also. And I think I got some makeup too that I'm still waiting on. It says it's supposed to be delivered Monday, but fat chance of that.
Right?
Yeah, I think last I saw it was in Illinois. So if it didn't come today, it's not coming till probably at least Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said I was going to stop by the grocery store on my way home, and I totally didn't. I just got in my car and went home. And then I pulled in my driveway. I was like, I was supposed to go to Aldi. Oh, well. It'll be
Yeah,
fine.
you need that cornstarch.
I needed cornstarch.
We even talked about that as you were walking out the
As
door.
I was walking out. Yeah, no, I just got in my car and I left. Just autopiloted.
Yep. And then what's funny is, as I was leaving, somebody else was there in a silver Malibu. And I thought you were still, and I was like, I thought I saw Gina leave.
Nope. I drove Nathan's car today because they came out and they fixed the windshields. Oh yeah, I don't think I talked about it on stream because I think it happened. I don't think we discovered it until after the Wednesday stream. But yeah. So you always hear how you shouldn't set off fireworks or set off firearms in the air because those bullets have to come back down. Well, Wednesday we went out grocery shopping and we came home and we noticed that on the edge of the windshield of Kane's wheelchair van there was probably like a 9mm bullet size just decimated crater in the corner of the windshield and it had started cracking. So we're like, cool, great. I bet that was a bullet. And yeah, and I already had a crack in my windshield of my car, so Nathan called insurance, and of course it was just under the deductible, so we had to pay out of pocket for it. But yeah, I drove Nathan's car so that the windshield guy came out and replaced both windshields today.
Yeah. Yeah, I was. When Gina told me that story at work today, I said, wow, like you hear about that happening, but I had never known anybody that actually had that, happen to them.
Yeah. What's nice though is that it was still drivable. Like it didn't happen in the middle of the windshield and cause it to like spider out. So if it was a day where I had to take Kane to like a doctor's appointment, I still could have. Because you could still see out the windshield, but it just sucks. Because when in the wintertime it was just gonna get worse. The cracks were gonna spread.
Oh yeah.
Whole Foods order scheduled for 10 a.m. Fat chance of that happening. That is so not happening.
But then it's just like, yeah, and then I started talking about how, like, I don't really understand how, like, why people just want to shoot guns and all that anyway. Like, and I was just like, we need to start a new movement here in St. Louis, fireworks, not firearms or whatever.
But fireworks cause damage too. Like,
they do, but not as much as bullets. Necessarily, so they could potentially cause more, I guess.
Yeah, but then the house on fire, and decimate everything.
But then one of the coworkers was all like, "Not everybody's got that sort of money or whatever," and I'm just thinking to myself, like, with the cost of ammo nowadays, like fireworks are so much cheaper than shooting your guns.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, we were just at Cabela's the other day, and we're just looking. You just browse around, look at everything, and we're just like, Nathan's like, God, the cost of ammo is shot up so high.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Diane says, I have some come quick, talking about the cornstarch. We're not desperate. I think we'll be fine.
Plus, I think you're further away than Aldi is anyway, but now Aldi's closed. So
yeah. It'll be fine. even if the store doesn't open tomorrow, I'm still planning on going up at some point to take care of the animals. So
yeah, I used to write Tolkien-inspired D&D quests in the 70s. Nice.
Yeah.
Must have spent so much time writing D&D quests, and I suck at dungeon. Yeah, you have a whole box full. Wow.
The 70s was a very good time. Yep. Hawaii, everything is so high. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once driving in the desert across Australia, nothing for miles. I hit what looked like a basketball-sized rock with my windshield. Ooh! That sucks.
Baseball-sized rock. Ugh.
Oh, baseball. Sorry. I said basketball.
Yeah.
That's
deadly.
So, Nathan's uncle on his mom's side, so his mom's brother, is a truck driver. And yeah, he says he nearly caused a huge pileup because he was just driving and a turkey decided to not fall, because they don't fall, but glide down from a tree right in front of his truck, and I think was embedded in his windshield. Those guys are like flying bowling balls. Like, turkeys are solid. Yeah, almost took him out.
Still no idea what it was.
Wasn't there
probably a giant spider?
Yeah, wasn't there just a fireworks explosion in Hawaii? I forgot about that. That's why you mentioned Hawaii.
What, recently?
Yeah. I think around New Year. Yeah, for New Year's. I think there was a huge fire that was started.
I remember flipping through YouTube on New Year's Day and seeing stuff about tragedy this and tragedy that, and I'm just like, there's always tragedies.
Yeah. Nano, hello.
I just try to avoid looking at that stuff.
Look it up. It was nuts. Was it at a resort? Did a resort's firework display explode? I don't know. Let's see. Hawaii firework explosion.
Nano aquarium guy.
Oh, it was in a Honolulu area neighborhood, so it was not at a resort. 3 dead and injuries of at least 20. Ooh, that sucks.
Mm.
Here, let me share my screen. It just shows the house, the aftermath of the house. That's insane. No, some dude's house. Yeah. The grill is fine.
Yeah. That grill looks pristine.
Sorry, I shouldn't make jokes. That sucks. Oh no, that is terrible. That is terrible. Sorry, I cope with humor. I'm so sorry.
I cope with humor too, but yeah, I mean, yeah. See, here's the thing though. It's like I say, you know, I always try to, be careful. We all always try to be careful, but like accidents just happen sometimes. Sometimes you think something is gonna be okay, and you light the firework, and by the time you light the firework, you fully thought it through, and you're like, wait a minute, that's actually not a good idea, but it's too late, and like everything just kind of unravels and happens. And I don't remember exactly what happened, but we were shooting some fireworks up for 4th of July this past year at my aunt and uncle's house, and he had the little like the little cardboard tube thing to shoot out the mortars, and he set it up and he put it on top of this. I don't know, he put it on top of something instead of just putting it on the ground. And once it like launched the first like mortar straight up, it fell over and pointed directly towards me, and it fired the mortar directly underneath me, and I was sitting in a lawn chair, and it exploded like behind me in a bush and underneath me, and just started just blowing up all over the place. And it's like it all just sort of happened so fast before we could even realize what was going on. And it's like in hindsight, it's like, duh, just put it directly on the ground versus putting it on top of something on the ground to where it's unstable.
Yeah.
But, it fell over, and it's like, we couldn't even like go and try to pick it up and grab it, because then it's exploding in your hand.
Yep.
So yeah, we had to go and get like a fire extinguisher or whatever. Or no, we just grabbed the hose just to make sure that the bushes and stuff were fully saturated as smoke was coming out, just to make sure that it didn't, end up lighting later on. But yeah, like this stuff, sometimes this stuff just happens.
Yeah.
Like
Diane says it was a cake. So like I guess one of those boxes. I actually
just found the video. One of those sparkling cakes.
So I just found the video. Apparently somebody was flying a drone just to catch, over the neighborhood just to see everybody setting off their fireworks. I don't know. Do you want me to play it on stream? It's just a drone footage of just the fireworks going off.
I don't care.
Okay.
Viewer discretion is advised.
It doesn't show anybody getting hurt, so obviously just so. Yeah, there it goes.
Wow.
Yeah, that is nuts. It's like they all went off at the same time. So yeah, something, it was not assembled properly, and everything just went off at once. Flash warning, by the way.
Yep.
Sorry.
Once it starts going, like you can't stop it.
Yeah, because even if you can't really risk spraying it with the hose, because what if you knock it over?
And even that, these are waterproof fuses. Like they're meant to. You can throw an M80 in a lake when it's lit, and it'll blow up in the water. Like
Yeah.
these are specially made fuses to that are waterproof. So yeah, you can't stop it.
Flame blankets are a good investment. Yeah, I think we have one in our like emergency kits in our cars. I think we have a fire blanket. Most of them exploded on the ground. Yeah, it looked like it.
Sorry, I think it is a terrible waste of money.
Oh, it is. You're literally
$2
setting
million
money on fire.
fireworks. Oh yeah.
You're literally setting money on fire.
Yep. Yeah. Gosh, that's what's crazy is the display that they did this year wasn't as big as it was the year prior, I feel like. But even so, there's this one family that like has some people over, and they like collectively have like the entire block like get all the fireworks together, and they just shoot this really big old display. And it's just like, even so, like they had to have spent thousands of dollars on these fireworks. And yeah, that's just, to me, it just seems like a waste of money. But I mean, I like to shoot off a couple. It's fun to shoot off a few. But
I like the sparklers. Like I like the little hand sparklers, or the little fountains that you can get. Like
yeah,
yeah.
I like the little smoke bombs. Those are fun.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite ones are just like the little ladybugs, where you light them and they spin around really fast and they shoot up into the air and scream.
Yeah. So that's a no for fireworks for New Year's Eve. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Otherwise, my New Year's was fine. We ended up streaming New Year's Day, and I said it then, but yeah, we didn't make it to midnight. We fell asleep. I went to bed. Finally, woke Nathan up, who was already passed on the couch. But yeah, we went to bed at like 11:30.
I made it to midnight. Though I fell asleep multiple times before midnight. Also, I went over to my friend's house. It was supposed to be kind of a small party with a small group of friends, but half of the people ended up canceling. So it just ended up being me going over to my friend's house instead of having anybody else come over. And so his wife wasn't feeling the greatest, so she just was kind of watching her television and laying down in bed. And we're just, we ordered Chinese food, and then we started watching this show called Arcane League of Legends on Netflix. It's based off of League of Legends, which is like a massive multiplayer online game.
Mm-hmm.
The show's pretty good. It's got these like really interesting sort of like, it's like Fable type animation, where it's like 3D. I don't know. It's really interesting animation style. It's hard to describe it, but it's like kind of steampunky, and it's really cool. And we were trying to watch that, and we were like kind of binge watching like an entire season, and drinking blackberry whiskey, and just drinking coffee and stuff, and hanging out. And we're just kind of sitting there chilling on the couch and just watching episode after episode. And we're both like falling asleep and waking up. It's like, next episode, I'm falling asleep. Their couch is so comfortable that it is like impossible to stay awake on that couch.
Kind of counterintuitive for a piece of furniture that you're supposed to sit and watch movies on if you can't stay awake.
Right. But it is just the most comfortable couch ever that it's just like, you just can't stay awake on it.
Yeah.
He even jokes about all the time is that, like, if they get in a fight and he has to sleep on the couch, like, that it's actually a good thing.
It's not a punishment. Yep.
It's not a punishment whatsoever to sleep on that couch.
Lady Diane says she didn't get home till 3. Oh my god.
But so we ended up calling it over there at, like, I don't know, I want to say 9:30 to 10:30 or something like that was when he's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna make it. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. And so, okay, whatever. And I ended up leaving, and I came home, and I just started hanging out and doing whatever. I totally missed, like, the countdown to midnight. I was just like, oh, okay, it's like 12:05 now. Happy New Year.
Oh, hey, and I found all my old gauges that don't fit my ears right now.
Oh, wow. Nice.
I just had the thought, I was like, I wonder if my flat back earrings are in here, but I don't think they are. I'm still looking for them. Wait, maybe. What is this?
So, yeah. My New Year's was kind of boring or whatever. Then the Chinese food that I got was just not very good.
Aww. I hate disappointing Chinese food. That's the worst. That's like the most... Like, that's the worst disappointment is when the Chinese food is bad.
Well, see, yeah, I mean, every Chinese place is a little bit different, has their own little recipes and way of doing things. But most of the time, whenever I order from a place, if I get General Tso chicken with steamed rice and egg drop soup, it's pretty close to the same everywhere you go. But for some reason, from this place, their General Tso chicken has a lot of, like, shredded ginger in there. So you're just, like, constantly biting into, like, shredded ginger. And it's just a very strong flavor. And it's just kind of hard to get around it because since it's shredded, it's just all mixed in there and whatever. And then their egg drop soup, for some reason, it's like chicken noodle soup with egg in it instead, or not chicken noodle, but it's like chicken soup without the chicken, and then you add egg into it instead. So it's got like peas and carrots and celery and whatever else in there, and with like almost like a peanut flavored stock. When it's just like, that's not the egg drop soup that I've gotten anywhere else. Everywhere else I get egg drop soup, it's just a very basic, maybe even like a chicken stock, and it's just got egg in there, and that's it.
I did find them. I found my flatbacks.
Oh, nice.
It's a whole bag of just assorted different studs. Yes, I found them. Sweet. Gotta change that out tonight.
Wake up, mouse. There we go.
That's a lot of gauges. So it's also a stretch kit, but by current size that I had in, I'm missing the O-ring. So I did order a whole new set of O-rings, or of a gauge stretch kit. But yeah.
Stephen King's book Insomnia makes GRB fall asleep. That's funny.
That is kind of funny. Oh, these ones would have been perfect. I forgot about little snowflake gauges. Oh, these are dirty.
Yenching is good, but far gallery area. Yeah. My local Chinese chef special is beef with ginger and pineapple with veggies and rice and the most amazing stuff. Now, see, that sounds good.
Ooh, yeah, see?
Ginger and pineapple
sunflowers.
Beef. Oh, those are cool.
Yeah, these little I loved having gauges that didn't look like gauges, but yeah, they're little metal sunflowers.
Green onion is a must. See, I mean, I would be okay with a little bit of green onion or whatever, but typically egg drop soup, it's just supposed to be a basic soup stock maybe even like miso soup stock, just plain soup stock, and you're supposed to just drop egg white in there so you get stringy egg in there, and that's
Oh,
it.
this was
Like,
another favorite of mine. It's like a teardrop, but it's a tunnel. So it's not. It doesn't like make your ear weird shape, but yeah, it
yeah.
has like rhinestones in it. That's another one of my favorites. This was a little heavier too, but yeah.
But
Oh, now I'm getting excited to gauge my ears back out.
it's too far from where I live to order it, but sometimes whenever I go out for karaoke in Parrots, they don't mind that I do this. But like I've eaten everything on their menu, and their menu is so good, but sometimes I just don't feel like ordering their food. So there's this Chinese place that's right next to Parrots, and I think it's called China King or whatever. It might be China King, and that Chinese place is phenomenal. Like great crab rangoon, great General So chicken. They have a lot of different options. The egg drop soup is good. The sweet and sour spicy soup is good. The miso soup is good. All of that stuff is good.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different China Kings. I don't
Yep,
think they're
just
all the
drop in
same
scrambled egg.
because we
No, they're
have
not.
one. Yeah, we have one. That's usually who we order from. Um, off Shackleford.
I'm gonna have to try that one. See if it's any good. I
That's
don't think
who
I've
we usually
ordered
order from.
Chinese food here since I've lived here. Maybe one. No, I think I did order Chinese food once. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I did.
It's the
Yeah.
one oh, it's the one by Schnucks that that yeah, Malamphy and Shackleford, the one by Schnucks.
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
China King. Yeah, that's the one we usually order from.
Yeah. I think I've had that one before. Yeah. I'm going to have to order some of that sometime.
Well, they close soon. They close at 10. You better hurry. No, they're not going to fulfill your order at 15 minutes till.
Are you kidding? That's a Chinese place. They never turn down $1.
That's true.
They
Very close
open
to
on
me.
Christmas. Yeah. Oh, I love steamed dim sum. Dim sum.
I put an egg in my ramen. Does that count as egg drop soup? I drop an egg in. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry.
Do you soft boil your egg or do you?
No, I just crack it straight in.
Ah.
Yeah. So it's almost like a poached egg.
Oh,
And then
okay.
it ends up being like medium cooked because I'll put the ramen in water, put it in the microwave for 2.5 minutes to get the noodles to soft enough to separate, and then I mix in the flavor packet, and then I'll crack 1 or 2 eggs, and then do another 2.5 minutes. You have to watch it though because it will start foaming up and overboil. Um, and then I'll kind of stir up the noodles a little bit, flip the egg over, and then do like another minute or two, and it ends up being like medium, or like
Hmm.
a medium to medium hard boil.
Wow. I
Yeah,
do my ramen way differently. So I I put it in my little Tupperware thing or whatever to put it in the microwave, and I do it for 3 minutes, and then I'll kind of mix it around. I'll cook it for another minute, mix it around again, 1 more minute, and then I'll like dump half the water out and then fill it back up with water again, just so that the water's not like super hot and I can pretty much just start like eating it right away. And then that's when I'll add my flavor packets and I'll just eat it. So maybe one of these days, last step, I'll just crack an egg in there and mix it around and just.
well, I don't mix it around. I just leave it so it's like in a little puddle. So yeah, it ends up being like a poached egg.
Yeah, I can try that too. Damn it, now I want ramen with an egg. That's why I had to buy some ramen at the freaking grocery store because I knew I was going to want one after this live stream.
Yeah, I got home, I made a bowl of ramen, and then I fell asleep for like a good 2.5, 3 hours. And then Nathan woke me up. He's like, "Hey, your stream's in a half an hour." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Well, at least you got Nathan to wake you up. If I fall asleep and forget to set an alarm, I'm screwed.
Yep. Nope. Nathan woke me up.
But man, like I said, these people are freaking nuts. And it's just like all the ramen was gone. All of it. Like there's normally like just packs of ramen, so much of it to where it's just like you could grab an entire case and not feel like a bad person at all because there'd be plenty of ramen left over for everybody else. But all the ramen was gone. The only thing that was left was a couple packs of just the regular soy flavored ramen, which is I'm totally fine with going with that anyway because I like to add curry powder and stuff to make it like more like Thai flavored ramen instead of standard ramen anyway. But like, oh, and then like a couple of those like yakisoba packs or whatever.
Oh, the
the big
are so
ones,
good.
which those are good.
Aldi has them. Sometimes Aldi will have the beef in the big case, but they mostly have just the chicken.
You say
but
that. You say that, but you didn't stop by Aldi today on your way home from work to see if they have ramen. I did stop at Deerberg's, and Deerberg's was like all out of ramen.
Yeah.
So people are freaking nuts. And
was it you or was it
going to snow a little bit, and they just buy all the toilet paper and all the ramen and all the canned goods.
Was it you or was it our other coworker that was saying that a lot of people were buying a ton of snack stuff? Like not even like food.
That was Jaya that said that. Yeah. Yeah, she's at Five Below or whatever and said everybody was just buying bags full of chips and all that other stuff or whatever. But I mean, that's actually at least kind of the semi-intelligent thing when it comes down to like making sure you have food because like I said, if your power goes out, well, you can't cook the dang ramen anyway.
Right.
So you want something that you don't have to cook.
So we do have an electric stove. All of our cooking stuff is electric. So yeah, I did ask Nathan. I was like, "Hey, so I know we have like the propane little camping stove. We still have the Weber. Do we have charcoal? Like, do we have these other options?" He's like, "I'll make a little campfire in the backyard if I have to. We'll cook over sticks." And I was like, "Okay." I don't think we'll have to go that far, but yeah, we have a little propane Coleman stove for camping that we have.
I always
yes, Garcia. Hello.
Nana wanted to know what type of ramen we buy. He always gets the Nangshin Shin Ramyan ramen. That's really long.
Yeah.
I always just get the very basic little brick of Maruchan. I grew up on the chicken flavor. That was a flavor that we always had when I was growing up. The whole first 20 years of my life, that was the only flavor of ramen I had ever tasted was chicken flavor. And then, like, I had tried beef, and beef was okay. I really liked the shrimp flavor.
The shrimp flavor, yep.
And I had tried, like, the chili lime before, and the picante chicken's pretty good. But honestly, I think just my favorite flavor was the one that it used to just be called Oriental, but now you can't say Oriental because it's not politically correct anymore. So they changed Oriental to just say soy. And that's what I like. I just like just a plain soy flavored one. And then I add curry powder to it to make it nice and curry flavored. And I basically just turned it into curry.
Have you been to Nudo for real ramen? No, I've been to Blue Ocean on the Loop.
I have never had real ramen, and that's mainly just because, well, I don't want all that junk in my ramen. I just want noodles. Maybe some meat, maybe an egg, but all that cabbage and ginger and whatever else they throw in there, I don't want all that.
I do.
Like the same reason, like I've never been to Woofie's, like gourmet hot dogs or anything like that, because I don't want all that junk on my hot dog. I don't want a chili dog with onions and relish and whatever else on there. I just want a little bit of ketchup on my hot dog. I'm just a basic white bitch that just wants ketchup on her hot dog.
You guys do such awesome top-class ramen. In Australia, it is traditional for struggling students, etc., to live off what we call 2-minute noodles. Yeah, ramen noodles for us. Yep. Mac and cheese and ramen noodles. That's what poor college students live on.
Yep. But yeah, pork rinds.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So soaking up a little bit of that extra flavor. And honestly, pork rinds are some of the best like snacks you can get out there. They're actually pretty low in sodium when it comes to snacks like that, potato chips, Cheetos, whatever else, crunchy, salty snacks. They're actually pretty low in sodium because all the sodium is pretty much natural in the pork. There's not a lot added to it. They're actually pretty high in protein. And then there's no carbs because it's not carbs. It's meat. It's protein and fat. So it's actually a great alternative to potato chips if you're looking for like a healthier, salty, crunchy snack.
It's like 10 packs of 2-minute noodles for $1. Dang.
Yep. That's what it is here too.
We do have like the
19
styrofoam
cents
cups.
a piece.
Yeah. So we do have the styrofoam cups, which I don't like those because I don't like the texture of those noodles that come in the styrofoam cups.
Yeah. Those have a weird texture and they always stay that like that corrugated feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Garcia, I had a question about the pork rinds though. Do you like break them up at all, or do you just put them in whole? Because some of those pork rinds are huge. Like I would imagine you probably not like desecrate them, but like do you just break them up into like what are the fried onion, like about that size that you can get to put on top of stuff? If you get
regular pork ramen, you should not get any of that extra stuff other than egg. Well, good to know.
Yep.
Good to know.
And you can always tell them not to put it on.
I could, yeah. I don't like the special order stuff if I don't have to. But yeah, I said I'm just pretty simple. I have like texture issues and stuff. I don't like a lot of my food touching, mixing textures and mixing different flavors. I'm the complete opposite of like my dad. Like my dad can just get a bowl and just go to the freaking buffet and just throw everything into one big bowl and just mix it all together and just eat it. And I can't do that at all.
Yeah, I kind of strategize at like Thanksgiving and stuff. I don't mind if certain foods touch, but yeah, I'm strategizing like, okay, this probably wouldn't taste too bad if the edges touch this food, and like, but there is definitely a strategy to it.
So yeah, it's like I don't necessarily want the meat in my soup because I don't necessarily want soggy meat like that. But then again, like, I don't know. When it comes to ramen, I just want the noodles.
Yeah.
Same with macaroni and cheese. Like, I just want the noodles. I saw this video on, like, YouTube Shorts I was flipping through, and it sounded kind of good. But then again, I know I couldn't eat it. And it was kimchi mac and cheese. So he took like a jar of kimchi and he made like this big old thing of macaroni and cheese and like took some of the juice from the kimchi and added it to the cheese to make like the kimchi flavored cheese or whatever. And it's like at that point I could eat it if it was just like a little bit of kimchi juice in the cheese to make like a spicy kimchi sort of flavor in there. But then after he boiled the noodles, he took all the cabbage and stuff of the actual kimchi and put all that with the noodles and then mixed all the cheese on top. And it's just like, now I can't eat it. because it's got all the cabbage and stuff in there. But it's like if it was just the noodles, I'd be fine with the noodles, but I can't do it with the cabbage and stuff in there.
So I just looked up Nudo, the one in Creve Coeur, Lady Diane. Oh, that's right across where I used to work. I think.
Gotta try Nudo House.
Starbucks.
Okay. I love pho. I can walk to my Vietnamese. Where's the Vietnamese place?
Oh, I used to work at Cookies by Design, which is right in that same shopping center. Yeah, I guess they weren't open at the time when I used to work there. Yeah, I know exactly where that is.
Pho is not all, or pho. Pho is not always a mixture of stuff. It's just a different dialects version of the same thing. There, every Asian country, well, every like, gosh, how do I say this without sounding so racist? You can't anyway. Every one of those Asian type countries has their own version of like noodles like that. I think ramen is Japanese, right? And then pho is like Vietnamese.
Yes.
And then Korean has their own version of it as well. Or it might even just be called Korean ramen. Hey, Danny, I comment to Gina question.
Yeah, he says he just puts them in and let them soak up after a few seconds, and then you can break it up. Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we have a really
I just realized I actually have people watching on my side of the channel now.
Oh my gosh.
Nice. Oh, wait, it looks like they might have switched over on the second half. Oh, cool.
But yeah, no, the Spot House is my favorite Vietnamese place close to our house. It's literally right by Lady Diane's
the
house.
Seafood fuzz to die for, but she's always out of octopus. Well, dang it! I need the octopus. What'd you say it was called, though?
The Spot House.
The Spot House.
It's like a half sports bar, half Vietnamese. Or Thai?
Really?
Vietnamese. Crap. Not me getting my Asian countries mixed up.
Oh! That place.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that. I've never been there, but
it's so good.
Wow, so that okay. I actually had no idea that was a Vietnamese place.
It's literally half and half. You walk in and one half is a sports bar and the other half looks like a Vietnamese restaurant. Like obviously the wife
it's a Vietnamese sports bar.
Yeah, so the wife takes care of the Vietnamese half, and they have boba tea. Oh, it's so freaking good.
And American menu and a laid-back menu with the full bar, happy hour specials, and karaoke.
Yes. Yes, the wife is Vietnamese, and I think the husband is a Vietnam vet. Yeah, so I think he takes care of the sports side, and then she takes care of the restaurant.
I wonder if they met when he was in Vietnam.
Probably. Okay, so now I'm making ramen. You're welcome.
I'm going to make ramen in about 30 seconds here because we are at the end of the live stream. Yep. It's like 30 seconds away.
They have karaoke.
You beat me. What night? I got to double check to see what nights they have karaoke on. Because, yeah, I love different sorts of Asian foods. I love their spice palettes, the heat that they bring from all the different peppers that they grow over there. Like, all the food that comes from the Eastern realm of the world. I just love that sort of food. You know, Indian food, Thai food, Chinese food, Japanese food, Vietnamese food, Korean food. It's all so good and so spicy and delicious, and I need me some of that. Thursday nights, well, that doesn't work for me because I already do karaoke on Thursday nights.
Well, if you don't feel like driving all the way out to Parrots.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
I'll
said
do
they
it
go
with
at least once a week. What days do you guys usually go? We can meet up. Fish Fam, unofficial St. Louis Fish Fam meeting spot.
Yeah. We'll have to go and get some Vietnamese pho.
It's so funny
Oh,
because
pho.
she's got all kinds of stuff, and I even, it's so cute. She's so cute too. She'll come over and I'm like, I don't want to butcher it because it's in Vietnamese. Like the title of the dish is in Vietnamese. I'm like, I don't want to butcher it, but I want this one. But how do you like? Can you tell me how do you say it? And she like kind of giggles and she'll say it, and I'll say it back. She's like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, I am ignorant. I'm aware. Can you please teach me?
Yeah. I always like to go in and go, ni hao, whenever I go into a Chinese place, and I can tell that there's actual Chinese people that work there. But then they just start talking to me in Chinese. I was like,
Oh no, I
ni
was just saying hi.
hao.
I'm sorry.
I didn't say hello.
You're like, no, I was just saying hi. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, I gotta double check my schedule to see, because our other manager that works with us, tonight was her last night. So our schedule is
Yeah.
gonna be a little bit different this week than it has been. So I gotta double check to make sure that we will be streaming next Saturday.
Let me see. Let me look at my next Saturday. Oh no, I think I'm off next Saturday. Oh, so I think you're closing.
Yeah, probably. So
We'll play it by
anyway,
ear.
we'll double check, and if you see us next week, you might see us, and if not, you're not, whatever. But anyway, thanks for coming and joining us, and we'll see you next time on another episode of Fishing Friends. So
Bye.
see ya. So long. Thanks for the fish. Eat that.